A grazier who has the backing of Federal Government MPs to bulldoze native woodlands has been hit with one of Queensland's toughest penalties for illegal land clearing. Scott Harris has been fined almost $500,000 for clearing on one property, and his convictions could derail a bid to clear more than 2,000 hectares on another. Josh Robertson has this exclusive report.
Strathmore Station in Queensland's Gulf Country, scene of an environmental crime. Owner Scott Harris was last month convicted of illegally clearing almost 3,000 hectares of native vegetation. Here at Kingvale and Cape York, he wants the thumbs up from the federal government to clear more than 2,000 hectares. Queensland's Environment Minister says there should be only one response.
Absolutely not.
A Cairns magistrate fined Mr Harris and his company $450,000 for Strathmore, one of the biggest penalties under Queensland's clearing laws. Leanne Enoch says there's a bigger picture at stake with Kingvale, where runoff could wind up in Great Barrier Reef waters.
If they go ahead and approve this particular piece of land being cleared, what we'll see is basically all of the money that they have spent on the Great Barrier Reef, you may as well have thrown all of that money away.
Mr Harris's lawyer is David Kempton, a former assistant minister in the Newman government, which approved clearing Kingvale for crops. After the Federal Environment Department stepped in to apply Commonwealth conservation laws, 4 Federal Government MPs from Queensland, including Northern Australia Minister Matt Canavan, lobbied on Mr Harris's behalf for a lower level of scrutiny.
This proves why we need a new system of federal environment laws and an independent environmental protection authority.
The department says it's now considering Mr Harris's convictions for the purpose of preparing advice to the minister on whether the proposed clearing of vegetation at Kingvale should be approved. A final call looks likely after a federal election.
We don't have a time frame for that at this stage. I would expect it would be in the coming months.
So if the federal government goes ahead and approves the clearing, what we see is a real turning away from that agreement with UNESCO.
David Kempton did not respond to the ABC's request for an interview with him or his client Scott Harris. A spokesman for Matt Canavan says he won't comment before the due process is complete. Josh Robertson, ABC News.